Ninja. A story, a journey, a calling. Created for Ninja students.
Ninja. The journey begins. In the centuries of the Vendel Age, the warriors of the North lived in a world where weapons were more than tools, they were symbols of duty, status, and belonging. From graves at Vendel and Valsgård, we find finely crafted helmets and blades, objects meant to be seen as much as they were meant to be used. A raised sword could speak of readiness, prestige, or the presence of a leader. But how these weapons were held in training, or how stances were taught, is something history has not preserved for us. In Ninja, we interpret this silence in our own way. We imagine the raised sword not as an act of aggression, but as a moment of discipline, a signal of readiness, a calm held before action. A gesture that says, "I stand prepared. I choose the moment, not the other way around." And so, in Daneha, we call this the High Guard, the guard of day, a place where the blade rises above hesitation, and the warrior waits not for fury, but for clarity.
It's strange how high he lifts it. Like the sun follows it.
Maybe that's why they call it the tack. The roof?
Then raise yours. I want to see how your day begins.
Only if you raise yours. Or I might blind myself looking at you.
Today, Jarl Bjorn teaches tack. The High Guard of the North, where intention stands taller than strength. He settles into Grunstod, hips low, knees bent like a rider's seat, feet steady, breath anchored. Only when stillness is complete does the blade begin its journey. He turns his hips toward the scabbard on his left, no rush, no wasted tension. The right hand finds the grip, the left steadies the scabbard, and in one smooth breath, the sword is drawn free. But unlike yesterday's rising arc toward the right shoulder, this draw climbs straight forward from the hip and rises directly above the head. The blade ascends in a clean vertical line, guided by the hips, lifted by the spine, until it stands poised above him like a silent promise. His elbows remain free, his wrists alive, the sword neither stiff nor limp but ready. The blade points back behind him, quiet, prepared. Here, in tack, the warrior stands taller not from pride, but from clarity. His gaze sets the intention. The blade only mirrors it. Let us see it in slow motion. His hips turn first. Then the draw. Smooth, unbroken. The blade rising like dawn. A small, controlled step forward and Grunstod follows, quiet and measured, claiming only the space needed to turn readiness into choice. And when the moment calls for it, the cut may fall. A descending diagonal line, calm, precise, born not from haste but from breath. Yet the essence of tack is not the strike, but the moment before it. When he lowers the blade, it returns with the same control that raised it, no collapse, no noise. And with a final deliberate gesture, he guides the sword back into the scabbard. Slow and steady, as a craftsman returns his tool to rest. Tack is not the beginning of violence. It is the beginning of understanding. A high guard that speaks softly, "I am ready. But I do not hurry."
When you lifted your sword, the sun caught it. It felt like it chose you.
Then maybe the sun has good taste.
It does. I watched it, not the blade.
Then look again. This time, look at both.
In every life, there comes a moment when the blade must rise not to strike, but to reveal who we are becoming. Some lift their strength in anger, some in fear. But the wise lift it in calm, knowing that readiness is greater than rush. In our time today, many move before thinking, speak before listening, and act before breathing. But remember, tack the guard of day. Lift your life with intention. Stand tall before you act. For those who rise with calm purpose do not cast heavy shadows. They create light.